Welcome to the ED Post Sports Chat. I'm Drew Rubenstein here with Ed Owens for the final time on Mountaineer Field, where WVU just blew a 38-17 fourth quarter lead in a 52-44 triple overtime loss to Iowa State. Seems like a fitting end to the season for the Mountaineers, huh?
Yeah, this is just the way it's been for them. They've had trouble protecting leads in the second half more often than not. It's come back to bite them, and there was just another example of it today. They weren't able to stay out in front. Some turnovers late in the game. The defense couldn't get off the field. I mean, it's the same stuff we've been saying, it seems like, all season long, and it just ended the way it started again today.
I guess at least coming into today, you knew the bowl game was out of the picture for West Virginia, and kind of moving forward, probably the fans wanted to see something for next season, something to give them some hope that this program and team is headed in the right direction. Did you see any of that today?
I think you did see some of that today. I think they showed it in bits and pieces. They showed it in flashes. They had a few young guys contribute. You saw the offense maybe hit a little bit of a rhythm that they hadn't been finding before. Clint Trickett had a career best or a season best day passing. Mario Alford had a really good day receiving. Charles Sims, I mean, you'd like it if he was coming back again next year, but he had another strong effort too. So offensively, they had a lot of things going for him. Defensively, they were playing some young guys too. Darryl Worley was in there. Jeremy Tyler was in there. Carl Joseph obviously has been in there, but had a strong game today as well. So I think you can see the young guys in there. You can see that there's room for them to keep improving, but overall, I think you have to be disappointed with the result.
I guess kind of going along there, especially when we talked at the mid-season point and what WVU needed to do over its final 6 games for this season to be considered a success. It wasn't just wins, it was taking steps in the right direction, showing that they were improving. You hit on some of that stuff. Is the inconsistency just prove that they didn't really do what they needed to, or what are your thoughts there?
Yeah, absolutely. They needed to be consistent. That was the key thing. They couldn't just do it in the bits and pieces. They couldn't just show moments of playing well. They needed to be able to string together some good series, some good quarters, some good games, some good victories, I guess. But they really weren't able to do it. And you saw it in the second half today, and unfortunately they're heading into the offseason on a pretty down note. Dana Holgorsen called it a disappointing end to a disappointing season. He said 2014 starts tomorrow, so I mean they don't really have a lot of time to sit back and cry about it. They have to get back to work. He said they're going to start recruiting and focusing on next year, but they're going into it with a real sour taste in their mouths.
I was going to ask you one or two other things about next season, but before that, one of the worst attendances in Mountaineer Field history. It was right above 30,000, and the student section was the one glaring spot where there are a lot of empty seats. Do you take that as a state of the program, the fans, their level of satisfaction or dissatisfaction, I guess, with this program, or is it just the culmination of it being Thanksgiving weekend and playing a crummy opponent and not having a good record?
I think it's a combination of everything. The dorms were closed, as it was pointed out. The dorms were closed and students weren't able to be here, so that at least can be part of the reason for the student section. But I think fans are voting with their feet. I think a lot of people are frustrated. I think a lot of people are dissatisfied with the product right now, and I think it says a lot about what people are thinking about the direction of the program. I think inside the program they're optimistic. Outwardly, I think there's a lot of people wondering if this thing is headed in the right direction.
If you're Dana Holgorsen, what's your top priority now, starting tomorrow morning, Sunday morning?
Find a quarterback. I mean, we started talking about it in the preseason, and we talked about it right up until this week. Clint played well today. I don't think either one of the interceptions was really his fault. He had a good day passing, made some good decisions, checked him into a lot of good plays, and if he'd been able to do it all year long, I think this could have been a different story. But it took him a while to develop, just like it took the whole offense a lot of time to develop. Now they're heading into the offseason, and offensive coordinator Shannon Dawson said it's open competition again, which is what we heard all this year. So you have Clint Trickett, you have Paul Millard, you have Ford Childress, who's hopefully going to get healthy, and who knows who else they're going to bring in this offseason. So they're going in with a lot of question marks, and I think offensively at least you have to figure that out right away.
You would think so, and then just kind of going along those lines, the last 2 teams that WVU lost to started freshman quarterbacks, but gave Kansas and Iowa State some promising signs for the future with the way those guys played.
Absolutely.
All right, very good. Appreciate your time, Ed, and thanks for checking out our videos all season long. Please continue to check thedpost.com for the latest on the Mountaineers.